Hi students, welcome back to All4 e-learning chemistry classes. And today in this session we are going to cover the next part of mole concept in session 4. And once again I am giving suggestion to you, take a pen and notebook and get ready students. Yesterday in the previous session we have discussed the concept of gram molar volume and last Schmidt number, and based on that gram molar volume concept today we are going to derive an expression, that is the gram molecular weight of a gaseous substance is equal to 2 into vapor density applicable to only gaseous substances. First of all, let us discuss what exactly the vapor density is. The vapor density is nothing but the ratio of density of a gaseous substance to the density of hydrogen gas under similar conditions. I am writing the formula of vapor density here. Vd, vapor density of a gaseous substance, is equal to density of that gas divided by density of hydrogen gas under similar conditions of temperature and pressure. This is the ratio of two densities, that's why it doesn't have any units and it is also known as a dimensionless quantity. So vapor density is the ratio of density of a gaseous substance to the density of hydrogen under same conditions. Now I am going to derive this expression based on this. Yes, vapor density is equal to, we know density is equal to mass by volume. I am writing this. Mass of gas divided by density of gas, volume of gas, whole divided by density of hydrogen is mass of hydrogen gas divided by volume of hydrogen gas. We know gram molar volume is nothing but the volume occupied by 1 mole of any gas at STP conditions, and that value is constant, that is 22.4 liters. Yesterday we have discussed about this. Now in this expression I am changing this mass of gas as molar mass of gas and volume of gas. If I take at STP conditions, say for example, if I take this relation at STP conditions, here I am writing at STP conditions, okay, no problem. And if you take molar mass of gas, here I am writing GMW of gas, that is nothing but 1 mole of gas, no doubt at STP conditions it is going to occupy 22.4 liters divided by mass of hydrogen, that is molar mass of hydrogen I am writing, divided by again 22.4. Here once again I am writing this GMW of gas divided by this, these two gets cancelled. We know molecular mass of hydrogen 2 into atomic mass of hydrogen, that is 2. So finally you can write the relation like this from this data, because I have already explained you vapor density is the ratio of density of gas to the density of hydrogen under similar condition. That similar condition I have taken as STP, standard temperature and pressure conditions. Now I got the relation like this. So take 2 to this side, students. So finally I can write GMW is equal to 2 into vapor density for gaseous substances. So this is the derivation part to understand how we are going to get this particular relation for gaseous substances. That is, molar mass of gaseous substance is equal to 2 into its vapor density. So students, with this concept almost we are going to complete the basic fundamental concepts of the stoichiometry chapter belonging to the area mole, from the definition of atom, molecule, and then GAW, GMW, mole, and then gram molar volume. So these are the very fundamental areas of stoichiometry chapter. If you are thorough with these concepts, whatever the things that we are going to learn in the coming sessions, you will feel a lot of ease to understand, and you will feel very comfortable while solving numericals, that is application type numericals also based on these concepts. And don't miss any single session, students. One should learn in the sequential manner from the first session to the fourth session. All these 4 sessions are very utmost important to understanding the remaining area of stoichiometry. Okay. Then let us apply the concept of gram molar volume to some numericals now. Right. Calculate. Write down, students. Calculate the volume occupied by. Calculate the volume occupied by a mixture of here I am writing 7 grams of nitrogen, comma 1.5 into 10 power 23 molecules of hydrogen and 0.5 mole of helium gases. This is the question, students. Please write it down, and I am going to explain how to solve this. See, you have to calculate the volume of a mixture of gases. 3 gases are here: nitrogen, hydrogen and helium, and data is given in the different forms. Observe it. This is in the weight, this is given in the form of molecules, and this is given in the form of moles. Yesterday I had given one approach. I think you have written this. I am going to erase the upper part. Right. I am going to write the same conceptual sequence what externally I have given to you in the previous session, right. GMW of gas is equal to 1 mole of gas is equal to 6 into 10 power 23 molecules of gas is equal to 22.4 liters at STP. At STP. Here also in the question you please write it down STP. Okay. Now I have given 7 grams of nitrogen, students. 1.5 into 10 power 23 molecules of hydrogen and 0.5 mole of helium. Now I want to convert all these into respective volumes. We know the molar mass of nitrogen 2 into 14, that is 28 grams. You can write 28 grams of nitrogen at STP occupies 22.4 liters. But this time I have given only 7 grams. What is the value? 7 by 28 into 22.4, that is 5.6 liters. This is the volume occupied by first part, that is by nitrogen gas. Next, coming to this, you can utilize this relation, students. Yes, I am writing that. 6 into 10 power 23 molecules of hydrogen going to occupy again 22.4 liters. 4 liters. Now this time I have given only 1.5 into 10 power 23 molecules. Then how much is the volume? Same way. So 1.5 into 10 power 23 divided by 6 into 10 power 23 into 22.4, again 4 times. That is again 5.6 liters. Yes, second part is over. And then I will go for 0.5 mole of helium. 1 mole of gas at STP occupy 22.4 liters. I am writing that. Any gas, not only this helium, any gas. 1 mole of helium, you can simply write 22.4 liters, but this time I have given only 0.5 mole, half of that. So 0.5 by 1 into 22.4, that is 11.2 liters. So finally you should report the answer for the volume occupied by mixture of these 3. Yes. Now add these 3 volumes. 5.6 plus 5.6 plus 11.2, that is 22.4 liters. This is the final step and final answer. You will get it as 22.4 liters. This is the clear explanation of this numerical question. And see, students, every time if you go like this individually, you will take some more time to solve objective questions. But in objective examination, time is most important in all competitive examinations. Now, your brain should think like this. You see, just I will give the approach how to solve by using only the brain, not with pen and paper. Concentrate, students, concentrate. Right. Nitrogen, I know the molecular mass 28 grams, keep it in one side of the brain. I know 28 grams, so that is 1 mole, 1 molecular mass of nitrogen. Yes, at STP occupy 22.4. In this question he has given only 7. So 28, 7, 1/4 of that, 1/4 of that. So I know 28 grams occupy 22.4 liters, 1/4 of that 5.6. Keep it aside. Next, coming to this. Avogadro number 6 into 10 power 23, 1 mole 22.4 liters, 1.5 into 10 power 23, 1/4 of that. So 1/4 of 22.4, 5.6. Already 5.6, this 5.6, 11.2, and then see this 1 mole of gas 22.4, 0.5 mole of gas, half of that 11.2, already 11.2, 11.2, 11.2, 22.4. So to crack the national level examinations, a brain should work like a calculator like that. See, I am giving only the fractions, half fraction, 1/4 fraction, like that. Concentrate, students. You apply your brain rather than pen and paper, and you will get, after some practice, you will get a lot of ease towards calculation. Don't forget about that. I think you all note it down. Students, now, already I have told you, I think this is the last conceptual approach regarding that basic mole concept. Now, from this instant onwards, we are going to practice number of numericals starting from the basic level to the IIT advanced level. All the areas I am going to discuss with you. But before that, you should be thorough with all these concepts, what exactly I have taught in the first 3 sessions and up to this area, up to this point in this 4th session. Okay. I will go through the numericals one after another slowly. Okay. I am going to increase the complexity also slowly. And first question what I am going to give. Write down, students. Calculate the number of molecules present in 1 ml of H2O at 4 degrees centigrade. This is the question. Generally what the students will do. This is the question regarding to volume is there. Immediately, as usual, people usually normally go for the concept of GMV, but I have already told you, GMV is the concept which should apply to the gases, not to liquids. Here I have given water which is a liquid. So you are not supposed to apply GMV for liquid. So you should think it in the different way. Don't think in the normal way, right? So 1 mole of water liquid I have given at 4 degrees centigrade. We know the density of water. I am writing here. Write down the solution also. Density of water is 1 gram per ml, students. So density mass by volume, density mass by volume, everybody can say. But density if you are given with 1 gram per ml, you should be in a position to write a sentence like this. 1 ml of H2O weighs 1 gram. One should be in a position to write like then only we can say that fellow is having thorough knowledge with density, right? So 1 ml of H2O weighs 1 gram. That is the meaning of density 1, right? He is asking now 1 ml of H2O. He is asking you to calculate the number of water molecules present in that. So 1 ml of H2O means 1 gram. Okay, meanwhile, he is asking for molecules. So you can go for GMW concept. Now, first of all, let us calculate the molar mass of H2O. 2 into atomic mass of hydrogen plus 1 into atomic mass of oxygen, that is 18 grams is the molar mass of H2O. Now I can write the definition of GMW. So 18 grams of H2O should contain 6 into 10 power 23 molecules. Yes. Then 1 gram contains how much? That is 1 by 18 into 6 into 10 power 23. 1 by 18 into 6 into 10 power 23. Yes. 3. Take 10 separate. 10 by 3 into 10 power 22. That is simply you can write 3.3 into 10 power 23 molecules, students. That is your answer. Right. These are the number of molecules we got which are present in 1 ml of H2O. Okay. Now, if the question is asked like this, calculate the number of hydrogen atoms in the same question. I think you already completed the question. Okay, right. Now I am going to solve that. Calculate the number of atoms. I am changing the question. See here. Calculate the number of atoms present in the same question. Data. Now, up to this is common. Up to this is common. You got the molecules of 3.3 into 10 power 22. Now, I am writing one molecule of H2O contains 2 hydrogen atoms plus 1 oxygen atom. This is true. Just by observing the formula of H2O you can say. Now, how many such molecules we have calculated just now? 3.3 into 10 power 22. Then 1 pen 2 rupees, 10 pen 20 rupees, the same simple common sense. Right. Now, multiply this. 3.3 into 10 power 22 into 2. Hydrogen atoms plus 1 molecule, 1 atom. So, 3.3 into 10 power 22, 3.3 into 10 power 22 oxygen atoms. Now, this is 6.6 into 10 power 22 plus 3.3 into 10 power 22. If the question is asked for only for hydrogen atoms, your answer is 6.6 into 10 power 22. Only for oxygen atoms, your answer will be 3.3 into 10 power 22. If the total number of atoms, just nothing is mentioned here, nothing but total number of atoms. You have to add these two, and finally your answer will be 9.9 into 10 power 22. So, this is how the incorporation of the basic concepts of mole while solving the numericals. This is possible only through thorough revision and solving number of numericals. Then you will get that ease. Okay. Now, I am going to give one more question to you students. Right. What is the volume occupied by 1 molecule of H2O at 4 degrees centigrade. Same approach, but a different question. I am writing. Density of water at the temperature is 1 gram per ml. So, 1 ml, 1 gram for water. 1 ml of water is exactly equal to 1 gram of water. Okay. This we know from the definition part. Now he is asking you to calculate the volume occupied by only 1 molecule. Right. Coming to the definition of water again. 18 grams molar mass of water, 18 grams of H2O contains 6 into 10 power 23 molecules. That based on the definition of molar mass of water. He is asking you to calculate now only volume of 1 molecule. We know density is 1. So, 18 grams of water means simply one can write 18 ml of water. Both are same because density is 1. So, use this relation 18 ml water contains how many molecules? 6 into 10 power 23 molecules. Now, I am asking you to calculate the volume occupied by only 1 molecule of water. So, how much is the volume? Now, 1 by 6 into 10 power 23 into 18. This is 3 times. It becomes numerator power minus, that is 3 into 10 power minus 23 ml. So this is the answer for this question. So same concept I have used for the previous question and the present question. Okay. Now we will go for next question, that is, I am writing here, please write down students along with me. One atom of an element, X weighs, an element X weighs 6.644 into 10 power minus 23 grams. Write down. Calculate the number of gram atoms. Calculate the number of gram atoms of X. Write down students, of X present in 40 kg of its sample. 40 kg of its sample. Please finish off writing down. Right. Now I am going to explain how to solve this numerical. He has given simply weight of one atom, and means a single atom of an element X. I am writing here the same data. Weight of one atom is equal to 6.644 into 10 power minus 23 grams. Write down students. We know GAW, gram atomic weight, which can be also called as gram atom, which is nothing but the weight of 6 into 10 power 23 atoms of that element. Now I am going to calculate the weight of 6 into 10 power 23 atoms. So this also should be multiplied with 6 into 10 power 23 because it is the weight of one atom. Now I am going to do that. 6.644 into 10 power minus 23 into Avogadro number. These two gets neutralized 1, and almost you will get 40 grams. Now this is weight of 6 into 10 power 23 atoms is nothing but GAW, or gram atom. Yes. Now we can calculate the number of gram atoms present in 40 kg of sample of X given to us. Now we got gram atom is 40 grams only. Now I am writing this. 40 grams means 1, write down students, 1 gram atom of X. Now this time he has given 40 kg, convert kg also into grams. 40 into 10 cube grams. How many? So 40 into 10 cube divided by 40. Write down students, write down. That is 10 cube. That is 1000. So finally we got the answer as 1000. So in the given sample of 40 kg of X, you will get the number of gram atoms are 1000. This is based on simple definition, that is GAW, what we have learned in the session 1. Okay students, let me go for the next question. Be ready. Write down along with me. It is better to write down, students. If 10 power 21 molecules, write down, students, 10 power 21 molecules are removed from a sample of 200 milligrams of carbon dioxide, 200 milligrams of carbon dioxide, how many moles of it will be left? How many moles of it will be left? Write down, students. If 10 power 21 molecules are removed from a sample of 200 milligrams of carbon dioxide, how many moles of it will be left? See the beauty of the question here. He has removed molecules from a sample, that is weight he has given 200 milligrams of carbon dioxide, and now he is asking you to calculate moles of the same substance, what exactly left after the removal of that. See, three concepts has interlinked. So let me convert all into molecules, because we know 1 mole means 6 into 10 power 23 molecules. So let me convert these two into molecules. Already molecules are there. Let me convert that 200 milligrams of carbon dioxide also into molecules. So please concentrate and write down along with me. What is the molar mass of carbon dioxide? Atomic mass of carbon is 12. Here I am writing. And 2 oxygens, 2 into 16, that is 44. 44 is the molar mass of carbon dioxide. So we can write 44 grams of carbon dioxide contains 6 into 10 power 23 molecules. But this time he has given 200 milligrams. 200 milli means 10 power minus 3. How many molecules? Let me calculate first. 200 into 10 power minus 3 divided by 44 into 6 into 10 power 23. Right? 200 into 6, 1200 by 44 into 10 power plus 23 minus 3, 20. So I am making it as 120 by 44 into 10 power 21. Why I made it power as 10 power 21? There is a meaning, because he has removed 10 power 21 molecules. So for the subtraction it will be very easy. Now I am writing here. Concentrate, students. Molecules left. Molecules left. Actually, how many molecules are present? 120 by 44 into 10 power 21. Write down, students. Note down. And out of that he has removed 10 power 21. So 120 minus by 44 minus 1 into 10 power 21. Take it as common factor and make it as LCM and subtraction. So 120 minus 44, 76 it is. So 76 by 44 into 10 power 21. Molecules are left. These are the molecules left. But in the question, he has asked how many moles of it will be left. Now you have to convert these molecules into moles. So moles left is equal to, we know 1 mole is equal to 6 into 10 power 23 molecules. So it is better to divide this with 6 into 10 power 23. That is 76 by 240 is 640 is 240 and 6 fours are 24, 264 into 10 power minus 2. Make it as simply 760, 10 I have raised, 264 into 10 power minus 3. So that is the final answer. If you simplify that, I am writing here final answer, approximately you will get 2.8 into 10 power minus 3. Please students note down this carefully. This is a previous advanced question. Right. Okay students, let me explain the next. Please write down the next question. Write down the question along with me. A compound of sulfur, capital S represents sulfur, contains, write down students, 20% of sulfur by mass. Find, write down, find the minimum molar mass of the compound. Write down the question students. Right. Let me explain the solution of this question. He has simply given a compound contains sulfur, and that too sulfur is present 20% by mass of the compound. That's what exactly given. 20% by mass of the compound means, I am writing 100 grams of compound. Write down students, 100 grams of compound. No doubt it should contain 20 grams of sulfur. 20 grams of sulfur. That is the exact data given to us. So before going to solve this question, let me go through one example. Say for example, 34 grams is the molar mass of, say, a compound H2S. No need to write down this, just listen. 34 grams of H2S. Students, how you got 34 as molar mass of H2S? 2 into 1 plus sulfur atomic mass 1 into 32. That's why you got 34. Means, what is the minimum mass of sulfur that should present in 34 grams of H2S? Minimum 32. At least one sulfur atom should be there. At least one sulfur atom should be there. Yes. In this molecular formula of hydrogen sulfide, one sulfur atom is there. So that's why while calculating the molar mass, you have added 1 into 32. In some other substance, if 2 sulfur atoms are there in the formula, then you have to add 2 into 32. If 3 sulfur atoms are there in the formula, what you have to do? You are going to write 3 into 32 like this. Now come to our present question, students. A compound of sulfur contains 20% sulfur by mass. I have already written. Now, at least that formula at least should contain 1 sulfur. Of course, it may contain 2 sulfurs or 3 sulfurs or 4 sulfurs. But he is asking for what? Minimum. Means at least that molecular formula should contain 1 sulfur atom. So if 1 sulfur is there in the formula, say for example how much mass you should add instead of 1 sulfur? Yes, sulfur atomic weight is 32 grams, because at least the molecular formula contains at least 1 sulfur. So if that is there, if 32 grams of sulfur is there, then you will get minimum molar mass, that is 32 by 20 into 100, 520 are 100. So it is 530 is 150, 5 2s are 10, 160, that is molar mass of, minimum molar mass of the given compound is 160. Students, some may get one more doubt. Sir, if 2 sulfur atoms are there in the formula, then how much weight do we have to take, sir? Let me solve that one also, see. Right, 100 grams, 20, as usual, 20 grams of sulfur. If 2 sulfurs are there in the formula like this, then what you will do, students? Instead of sulfur, you have to write 2 into 32, that is 64 grams. Then what will be mass? Double of this, you will get 320 as molar mass of the same compound, if that compound contains 2 sulfurs in its molecular formula. Suppose if the compound contains 3 sulfurs, say 3 sulfurs like this in the formula, how you will get? 100 grams, 20 grams, 3 sulfurs means 3 into 32, 96 grams. How much? That is 480 grams. That's why in the question he has asked for the minimum molar mass of the compound. It means that compound at least should contain 1 sulfur atom in its molecular formula. If in the formula, if there is 1 sulfur, then you have to take only minimum 1 atomic weight, that is 32 grams. If 2 sulfurs, 320. If 3 sulfurs, it will be 480. This is a single option question. Suppose in the advanced paper, more than one answer type of questions are there. If he is not mentioned, not going to mention the minimum, if the question is asked like this, a compound of sulfur contains 20 grams, 20% of sulfur by mass, the molar mass of the compound may be, and options are given, A 160, B 320, C 480, then all the 3 options will be correct, 160, 320 and 480. So, see students, this is the solution for this question, and if the question is asked in a different way for more than one option question, minimum should not be there, then all these 3 will be the answers. Okay. Write down the next question, students. Write down along with me. I am writing on the board. Calculate the mass of magnesium chloride sample which contains, write down, which contains 3 into 10 power 23 chloride ions. 3 into 10 power 23 chloride ions. Write down the question. Okay, let us solve this question. No doubt the given compound is an ionic compound, magnesium chloride. I can write like this. Magnesium chloride contains 1 magnesium 2 plus cation and 2 chloride ions. This is the ionic structure of magnesium chloride compound. Okay. Now I am writing. What is the formula mass? See, nothing but molar mass, because this is ionic compound. I have already told you in the previous sessions. It is better to call that as formula mass in the case of ionic compounds. Okay, magnesium, that is also same by adding respective atomic weights. That's it. That is 24 plus 2 into 35.5, that is comes around total 95 grams. 95 grams, that is the molar mass of magnesium chloride. Simply we can write 95 grams of magnesium chloride contains 6 into 10 power 23 magnesium chloride units. You have already written that 1 MgCl2 gives 1 Mg2 plus and 2 Cl minus. 6 into 10 power 23. 6 into 10 power 23 magnesium plus 2 ions, because 1 gives 1 and 1 MgCl2 gives 2 chloride ions. So 6 into 10 power 23 will give 2 into 6 into 10 power 23 chloride ions, that is 12 into 10 power 23 chloride ions. So if 95 grams is present, so how many chloride ions you are going to get here? 12 into 10 power 23. I am writing that, student. Finally I am writing 95 grams of magnesium chloride should possess 12 into 10 power 23 chloride ions. Okay, but this time in our question, what exactly has given the number of chloride ions? Only 3 into 10 power 23. Then what is the respective mass? Right? That is 3 into 10 power 23 divided by 12 into 10 power 23 into 95. That is 4. 95 by 2, 42.5 divided by 2. That is 21.25 grams. So this is our final answer, students. So once again I am repeating the explanation. Meanwhile, you please write down. I have calculated the formula mass of magnesium chloride. Okay. 1 MgCl2 contains, 1 unit contains 1 magnesium 2 plus cation and 2 chloride ions, anions. So 95 grams of magnesium chloride is its formula mass, nothing but molar mass. Possesses Avogadro number of units, 6 into 10 power 23. And based on that, I have calculated chloride ions as 12 into 10 power 23 if 95 grams of MgCl2 is present. But in this question, he has given only 3 into 10 power 23 ions. So that answer is 21.25. So this is the solution for this question. A compound contains 7 carbon atoms. 7 carbon atoms. I am writing like this. 2 oxygen atoms and 10 power minus 23 grams of another element What is the molar mass of the compound? What is the molar mass of the compound? He has given the data in terms of atoms for carbon and oxygen. Here also please write atoms. But coming to some unknown element, he has given 10 power minus 23 grams of element. Now he is asking you to calculate what is the gram molecular mass of the compound formed from these 3 elements. If 7 carbon atoms are there, before going to start the solution for this, let me revise one concept what you have learned in the session 1. GaW of hydrogen is 1, but weight of one hydrogen atom is 1 AMU. That is the difference between 1 and 1 AMU. 1 is gram atomic weight of hydrogen, whereas 1 AMU is weight of hydrogen atom. Weight of hydrogen atom. The same way concept I am going to apply here. We know the GAW of carbon is 12, nothing but 12 grams. But weight of single atom of carbon is 12 AMU. Now I am going to write 7 into 12, that is 84 AMU for carbon, because compound is formed from these things, right? Next, 2 oxygen atoms. 2 into GAW of oxygen is 16, that is nothing but 16 grams. That is the weight of Avogadro number of atoms. But here only one atom if you take, it is nothing but 16 AMU. So 2 such oxygen atoms are there. 32 AMU. 32 AMU. And he has given 10 power minus 23 the mass of another element. Mass of another element. And multiply this with Avogadro number, you will get the atomic mass of that element. So 10 power minus 23 into 6 into 10 power 23. Then you will be having 6 AMU. 6 AMU. 6 grams, not AMU. 6 grams you will get. 6 grams you will get. Right. If you want to convert this into grams, okay. Now GMW of compound means he is asking for Avogadro number of molecules. Avogadro number of molecules. Here I have calculated only 7 atoms. So coming to molar mass, 7 into GAW, again at AMU becomes grams. So finally you can write 84 grams is corresponding to carbon atom. So in the formula it may be C7, like, plus 2 oxygen atoms in the formula it may be like this, O2. So 2 into 16, 32. Don't write AMU here. Here I am writing GMW, not the mass of one molecule. The mass of one molecule, I have to add all these things. I have to add all these things. I have to add all these things. Right? So this is 6. So 38 plus 84, that is comes around 112. 112. So this is the molar mass of the compound. 112. Let me write one more question, students. Write down along with me. An iodized salt. An iodized salt contains 1% potassium iodide, contains 1% potassium iodide, and a person takes 2 grams salt, 2 grams salt every day, 2 grams salt every day. How many iodine atoms are going into his body? This is the question. See, students, in the last question I have written the answer as 112. Please correct it as 122. I have written the mistake. You correct it. Right. Okay. This is the question now. So I will give the solution to this question. Please concentrate. For this we need data, the atomic weight of potassium and iodine. Atomic weight of potassium is 39 and iodine is 127 and iodine is 127. So, molar mass of potassium iodide is 129 plus 39, that is comes as 166, and he is taking iodine atoms in the form of potassium iodide salt. Okay. So, in potassium iodide salt we know from the molecular formula, or it is also an ionic compound. Ionic compound contains units. So, 160 grams of potassium iodide contains 6 into 10 power 23 iodine atoms. Every day he is taking 2 grams of salt only. Out of 2 grams of salt, potassium iodide is only 1%. What is the 1% of 2? That is 2 by 100. Grams of potassium iodide contains how many atoms? That many atoms will enter into his body every day. So, the solution is 2 by 100 divided by 166 into 6 into 10 power 23. You will get this as 7.2 into 10 power 19. That is, that much number of iodine atoms will enter into his body if he takes 2 grams of salt, which contains only 1% of potassium iodide. Actually, he will take 2 grams. Out of 2 grams, that is, potassium iodide is present as 1%. 1%. So, 1% of 2 grams is 2 by 100. So, remaining thing is our GMW application. And with this, I am going to finish off this session, students. In the next session, we will continue with more number of different types of numericals by increasing the complexity from one question to other question. Thank you.